Hey everyone, it's Peek. Welcome back to the channel today, and welcome back to another Pokemon Unite video. So today I'm actually just going to be playing Alolan Ninetales, who has turned out to be actually one of my probably top 3 characters currently, because it's just such a versatile pick. Like, you're doing a lot of damage, you create a lot of space for your team, you just have so much CC, and really that's what I love about characters like this. So I've actually really been playing this quite a decent amount, as well as Venusaur actually recently, if you've seen my live streams. If you haven't seen my live streams before, I am now kind of streaming on Twitch a lot more, so come follow me there, check me out when I'm live and stuff like that. Putting in a lot of work on the Venusaur recently, but this is actually an Alolan Ninetales game, and I basically just kind of want to talk about today how this character creates space for your team in various different ways, and just generally how to create space for your team. So you see here, like, we're doing pretty well. We get some nice early kills. We are able to steal a lot of A-Palms, so we're already level 4 here. So kind of like the more meta game or the macro here, you're not really going to see towards the end. This is just your standard, you know. We're just going to be laning in this lane. Of course, Jigglypuff and any character is very, very strong early. You see, we have a very easy time securing a lot of those Vespiquen. We don't get them all, but we get a decent amount. And again, like, just this early damage from the Jigglypuff Alolan Ninetales lane is crazy. They do activate my focus band there, so I can't play as aggressive anymore. But you'll see, we're still going to do great here. So really, like, the build I always go on Alolan Ninetales, and what I've talked about with you guys before, and a lot of other videos where I'm playing it, is Dazzling Gleam and Aurora Veil. So there's something very great about Aurora Veil that just makes it such a good skill for this game in particular, which is so focused on team fighting, creating that space for your team, being able to make those plays. And it's very uncommon that a character that actually does a lot of damage is able to also, like, make plays for the team, similar to like a Snorlax, you know, creating space with heavy slam and block. It's very rare that you would see those type of skills on a damage character like Alolan Ninetales, but in this case, this character does have them, so they're really handy. And you now see I'm level 6, so I do have Aurora Veil. So, like, if you guys didn't know, of course most of you are going to know, Aurora Veil does a lot. It increases the defenses of your team, so they take reduced damage. It's just straight up damage reduction across the board, so people just take less damage if they're on your team and they're standing in it. And for you playing Alolan Ninetales, you get boosted auto attacks on every single one, on every single auto attack while you're standing inside Aurora Veil. So, and you can even kind of like step in and out if you need like a little bit more extra distance. Very rare that that would happen, but just so you know, you can do that. Every time you step into the Aurora Veil, it resets your boosted auto. So really, like, it's just such a good thing to throw down to create space for your team. Like, you can kind of zone with Aurora Veil, similar to how Snorlax just kind of threatens with block and with heavy slam. It's a very, very good tool for creating that space for your team to score. And just being able to lock down different choke points and objectives, such as, you know, of course, the easiest example there being the Zapdos Pit. Just very, very, very solid skill to use. So this game is going really well so far. Obviously, we secured the first Dreadnought, so I now have my Unite move pretty early in the game. So I see that our Absol is, you know, kind of going top for the objective. So really, again, you guys have heard me talk about this a bunch of time. I don't think this Absol will mind, but I am going to take the jungle here because this is the highest concentration of experience points on the map in Pokemon Unite. So you really don't want these to be off respawn for a long time. And I see that Absol is wanting to score, really putting in work with the Rotom push. So, and of course, defending against this Greninja that's currently... It did get a score off, I guess. Maybe they had score shield or something. But anyway, very important that we're taking this XP off the map so it can go on respawn. Of course, these buffs have only a 1-minute respawn timer. Very, very simple to remember. So just the second you kill the last jungle mob, the last Corphish there, just remember in about 50 to 55 seconds, you need to start going back for those buffs because they will be respawning. All those jungle mobs will be up. So you see, like, we secured those, we're almost level 11, and we're just starting to look for the next Dreadnought here. It's going to be spawning in 30 seconds. We want to position our team here on our bottom goal because it's still very healthy. 75 out of 80, they've only scored 5 points in this, and we really want to make sure we maintain this space in the bottom lane. Like, the space in the bottom lane, having that tier 1 goal still up just provides so much utility to your team versus the top lane. I don't really think it's as useful, you know, as the bottom lane, of course. And I mean, it should be pretty obvious why. Dreadnought is just a lot more of an important objective. So having this, you see, we're just getting hit with Unite moves left and right, but thankfully my Wigglytuff saves me with Buddy Barrier here. And, you know, due to the sheer power of stuns and, of course, my team really peeling for me there, I'm able to survive. So the Cramorant ult does go down, but again, like so many shields from Buddy Barrier and stuff like that, we really do have to use quite a few Unite moves here, but our Cinderace is able to secure the Dreadnought, which is really good. So now that that's kind of settled, I'm going to, of course, take this rotation in the jungle. I see that my Absol is, again, like looking towards the top, which is fine. Like, they basically, like, Absol is a kill machine. So, you know, they are already able to get those advantages, those levels, and I know just based on, you know, how I've seen them play in this game, they are going to be wanting to roam for both the Dreadnought and the Rotom. So that's okay. I can totally take these buffs. As Alolan Ninetales, using a Muscle Band, of course. The items I'm running, by the way, Focus Band, Buddy Barrier, Muscle Band. Muscle Band, you kind of just need to get an extra auto attack in Aurora. So, of course, as a muscle banded Alolan Ninetales, even though we're doing special attack, of course, the attack speed really helps us, and we're able to clear a lot faster, even with our normal auto attacks. So we kind of, you know, realized that getting this Rotom in is going to be a little bit impossible. But of course, we're able to really turn this around with the power of my freezes in Aurora, and I think this Absol actually played super well. I remember when I was playing this match, I was like, oh my gosh, I need them to go in. But, you know, as an assassin, you can't always be constantly doing damage. You do have to have that element of surprise. So I think this Absol played it super well. I was gonna say superbly, but super well, superbly, either one. And yeah, so that was really good. They were able to, you know, hide in the brush. I don't think the enemy team knew they were still there, of course. And, you know, they had the element of surprise, able to come back and just take those. So I'm really trying to bully the Greninja in his jungle right now. I know I'm very strong at level 13, but now that I've used my Aurora, I'm at a weakness. So I know that I have to get out. So if I, you know, was able to get the kill there, great. But the thing about Alolan Ninetales that you really have to remember is you have to play around your cooldowns. Which you will see a great example of here at the end of the game, now that we're getting closer to it. Again, I really just want to be creating space for my team, and here's kind of what I'm talking about here. So we're getting killed a little bit in the bottom lane just by that Cramorant ult, but my team is able to pop off. Of course, this Absol is doing great, the Cinderace is doing great, all of my team members are doing great this game, and they're able to secure the Dreadnought. So it's 2 minutes, right? And what I'm looking at right now, I wait for that Greninja. That's what I want to talk about. The second I see Greninja on the minimap, all 4 of their teammates were accounted for because I was constantly watching the minimap trying to get the sneaky score in, except the Greninja. And the second the Greninja showed in that fight, I knew I was good to be able to go drop this 50 bomb in their home goal. And of course, you saw they panicked, recalled right away. This Cinderace and Greninja teleported back right away, and that's kind of what I'm talking about in general. So this doesn't really apply to Alolan Ninetales anymore. This just kind of applies to playing Pokemon Unite at an efficient level. So what I wanted to do there, right, is create space for my team because I knew they were fighting down bot and they wanted to break that tier 2 goal. And just be able to take off some of the threat that they were getting there, right? So by scoring there, once I saw all 5 of the enemy team members were on that bottom side of the map engaging, I knew my team was at an advantage, right? My team was at a disadvantage because they didn't have me. And of course, I provide a lot of stuns, a lot of freezes, a lot of stuff for the team, right? So really what's important here is that I am aware of that, of course. But I also want to get my 50 points in, right? Which is now 100 points in the home goal of the enemy team. So what I do there is I wait until I see all 5 on the enemy map, on the mini map. The second I see that Greninja, I was just waiting to see the Greninja. So I saw the Greninja in the map. I rush in. I even use my eject button, you guys saw, because it's really that important that I get there fast because I know how quickly enemies can teleport back. And you guys saw, like, they almost caught me because they teleported back almost immediately once they saw me. And of course, the home goal provides vision not just when somebody's standing on it, but when somebody's near it. So they saw me walking near it, so that's why they were able to get back there so quickly. So very important that I used my eject button there. and really just like got in there very sneakily, very quickly. And of course, you know, my team secures the Zapdos as well with a number of very good skirmishes there, which you guys saw at the end of the battle. But yeah, all in all, a very, very good game. Just in general, doesn't even apply to Alolan Ninetales, but just creating space for your team to be able to push their advantages in team fights. If you know that your team is 4v5 in a team fight there, of course, I had a plan the whole time. Like, my whole plan was there to score and take some attention off of that team fight so that my teammates would be able to outnumber them, actually. And I successfully did that. I took away their Cinderace and Greninja because they both recalled to the base to come get me. But it was too late. I had already scored. And of course, then my teammates fighting a 4v3, which is very good for them. So in general, just a very good thing to keep in mind. Pokemon Unite is very score-centered, of course, so you're going to always be looking for chances to score and push your advantages and just make it so your team outnumbers the enemy team. And one of the great ways you can do that is just by showing that you like threaten points, especially in those last 2 minutes. If I'm threatening 50 points to their home goal, you better believe a number of them are going to recall immediately to try and stop me. And that's what happened there, and that is kind of what allowed us to gain momentum in those last 2 minutes and just be able to win all those skirmishes. So really good example of kind of how to do that on just any character, really, and just, you know, some great Alolan Ninetales moments there, especially the stuff at the end. So really fun game. I really enjoy Alolan Ninetales. If you haven't tried it, definitely try this build out. Dazzling Game is just great for really just setting up for objectives, making sure your teammates don't take a lot of damage in team fights, which are often very concentrated in one space. And Aurora Veil is just great for that. So hope you guys enjoyed this one. Just a little talk through of kind of high level macro, I think, of the game. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy it, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what else you guys would like to see from me, different video ideas, Pokemon you'd like to see. Of course, I don't own them all just yet, but hopefully we see a Blastoise this week. Fingers crossed. Join the Discord, really great place to match up with people to play the game. A lot of people are constantly playing ranked in there, ranked 5s, 3s, duos, stuff like that. So you'll always find someone to play and maybe meet some nice new people. Everyone there is really kind and really just, I've seen a great attitude in general. And yeah, follow me on Twitter. That's the best place to get updates on the game and me, and when I go live on Twitch, and of course, follow the Twitch. So anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and have a lovely day. Peace.